And we are back for another Park Rovers Live. Joining me tonight is Dustin.
Good evening.
Like most times, I guess. The two OG Park Rovers. It will just be us tonight. And before we get into tonight's topic, let's talk about maybe what parks, what travel we got coming up. I'll let you go first.
All right. So today we had on the calendar for Hershey, and then it was a washout. So we decided not to do that. So we will probably hit Hershey towards the end of the month. Next week, not this coming week, but the week after, we'll be down in Williamsburg for a couple days, staying at the Great Wolf Lodge in Williamsburg. So we'll get a tour of that resort around. Might hop over to Busch Gardens, might not. That's all a little up in the air right now. So we've got that. We'll have Hershey, sticking around Baltimore for the majority of the summer.
Cool.
But we'll hit some parks up and down the East Coast.
Yeah.
What about you, Andrew?
I can only think about my next trip. So I've got Disney World coming up on I think I leave Friday. Yeah, Friday morning.
Thursday? Yeah, Friday.
So we're staying at Grand Destino Tower, which I have never stayed there before. And actually, it was my first resort, the Coronado. Mm-hmm. So I'm excited to return. And then we are also... So we're going to get to do Guardians finally, which is exciting.
Yes.
Maybe the Finding Nemo show. I don't know. It's not high priority. And
that big screen looks really nice, though.
Oh yeah. I watched a preview of it. It looks good. It's a good show.
It is a good show. We saw the old version.
Yeah. It's Disney. It's Disney stage show. It's pretty solid. Right. So after that, I'm planning on Monday which is June 19th observed. So I'm going to celebrate at Iron Gwazi at Busch Gardens, Tampa. So that's the plan, flying out of Tampa, coming back, and we'll see how that goes. And I got more adventures planned. I just don't quite have them on the books. I know I have Kings Island coming up as well.
If I could find one park to get to, I think Kings Island would be the one. So.
And Theme Park Lifestyle, thank you again. He DM'd me letting me know he was joining tonight, and he is an OG supporter, definitely our only viewer right now, which is good. And we love chatting with you, man. We should just have you on as a third person here.
We might just need to loop you in, yeah.
But yeah, we hit I don't know where we are now because we might go below, but we are at 700 subscribers right now. So this is kind of our 700 subscriber super show, and we couldn't have done it without people like you, Theme Park, supporting us. So we've been kind of I know we've supported each other, and we'll continue to do that as our channels grow.
We are currently exactly at 700.
Okay, I know we went up to 701. There's like spam and stuff. I try not to pay much attention to it, but when it hits a number,
exactly, which I think is a big deal.
Yeah. Thank you, Theme Park Lifestyle. All right, so I think we can get into Canobie Lake Park.
So it is Canobie Lake Park, right? Oh. Not Canobie Lake Park.
Not Obi-Wan Kenobi Lake Park. Though that is a great series on Disney Plus if you aren't watching it. Here's the park map. I almost didn't show that. I took a picture of the park map, but they have this one on their site. I like that they have cars down below.
Well, it shows you where to park. Like that's important. You need to know where you're coming from.
They're all like sporadically parked too. These cars don't park really.
Anyway, hold on. There's a couple that are completely boxed in. Like, how are you getting out?
I know that's also what I was thinking. I'm like, there is no way to get out if you park like this. Anyway, it's I want to say it's a small park, but it's probably like medium size. It's pretty sizable. It's got a water park in the top left, and it's named Canobie Lake Park because there's Canobie Lake at the top. So that is a lake.
Now, where is Canobie Lake?
It is. So the closest major city is Boston.
Okay.
So it's 40 minutes north of Boston. So you can think of it as a Boston area theme park, but it is in New Hampshire.
Okay. So it's and I know Six Flags New England is west of Boston. So like
Yeah.
these aren't overly close, but they're still
Mm.
both in the New
I,
England
I,
Boston
yeah.
metro.
I guess I'm the expert in the room. If I could Google map it, but I'm sure it's like an hour and a half between Six Flags New England and Canobie.
Which still isn't crazy ridiculous, you know?
No. If you're touring New England, you could do both, but there are like smaller parks in like Portland, Maine, and then when you go north in New Hampshire, you got like Clark's Trading Post and some weird. You got Storyland. You got some weird kids parks that I went to as a kid that sort of inspired what we're doing here tonight in a way. But I got tons of photos. I didn't do a vlog, so this is what we got.
Let's go with it then. 1902.
1902. This is one of, I think, 13 trolley parks that still exist. So trolley parks, if you don't know, it's one of the and fill me in, Dustin.
Because I was hoping we'd hit on trolley parks. Go ahead, you start off.
Well, so they built trolley parks, and I'll let you jump in after. They built trolley parks to encourage trolley usage on the weekends. So they built them at like the end of trolley lines, because typically trolley lines would only be used for people in the suburbs to go to the city. So they built them on the outskirts. Did I get that right?
You did. Well, and they had the rails down. They're like, these aren't being used for at least 2 days a week. So yeah, like they popped up everywhere along the East Coast. In the late 1800s, early 1900s, and a handful that you said 13 are still around.
Yeah, so not many, but some prominent parks.
Dorney is always the one that I go to for
Dorney.
a trolley park. Dorney in Allentown, Pennsylvania.
Really quick, Storyland. Yeah, follow that park on Instagram. They have some wild theming. I highly recommend keeping tabs on them. So this is the entrance. Nothing. I mean, it's cool.
Yeah. It's fancy. It's pretty. I like it.
Yeah. No park maps. So they're similar to other parks where they encourage you to take a photo.
I don't like this trend.
Yeah. I like the souvenir as the park map. I always grab a few.
I collect them, and I collect them throughout the years. And every once in a while, like we'll go through and be like, Cedar Point has changed so much in the 30 years almost that I've been going there. It's just frustrating to me to see.
So this is the same. That's the same as that.
Yeah, like you can't, spend a couple $1,000s a year to get a whole bunch of those printed up.
Yeah, I mean, this park doesn't change that much. I mean,
right?
I believe. I mean, they put in like a VR maze, I think, most recently, but yeah. But beyond that, like Untamed was we'll get into that, was like kind of the last big run.
Did they have an app for the park, or was it just scan this and pull up the website?
No app that I know of, unless I did it wrong.
Well, and the QR code said scan is to open the map, so I'm gonna guess.
Yeah, probably not. I don't think an app would be useful. So props to them for not doing that, I think.
Fair.
And props for this popcorn. If there's anything, so I just love things like this.
This is like the place at Canobie's that's shaped to the loaf of bread.
Yeah.
It's so ridiculous.
Canobie's is a good park to like have in the same vein as this. Like think of the shade. There's not as much shade in this park, but there is shade. And it's lakeside, so it's nice and cool. But think of Canobie's when you're thinking of this, except Canobie's is in the mountains and nestled in there, and it's it's kind of a little cooler because of the mountains. But here you got the lake.
Yep.
Here you got the lake. So you have that same vibe here, and you got stuff like this, which is awesome. and it doesn't stop here. This is my second picture.
Right.
And the horse benches. I feel like I had a pun here, but I'm just laughing it up. My buddy Chris took this, I guess, as I was sitting down, and could not believe that I was about to sit on a horse.
I was gonna say that looks a little low for you there.
I think that's probably what was happening. Yeah, I made a new friend. So
There you go.
these things are everywhere.
What is your hat?
This is, oh yeah, I'm wearing this tonight. This is my new
Okay.
hat. It's Vitamin C Brewery out of Weymouth.
Okay.
That's where my brother lives, in Weymouth. So, and this is a good brewery, actually. It's one of the top 5 Massachusetts breweries, probably, around Treehouse, and Treehouse is definitely number 1, and then Trillium is up there.
Okay.
Wait, that's from Roller Coaster Tycoon. Oh,
it is. That's exactly what I thought the first time.
That's
like
right.
Old school Roller Coaster Tycoon, where the burger shop was shaped like the burger, and the popcorn stand was shaped like
which legit, came first?
That's exactly what I thought.
Did this come before Tycoon? I mean, this could have been here and inspired Tycoon.
I mean, if the park was 1902, I would have to assume that popcorn stall has been around for a while.
1914.
Like, at least in the picture, that popcorn looks legit. So,
so they kind of have. Moving on, they have a Western style. I got tons of photos, so I'm gonna move us through. So Policy is like the company, Policy Mining. Yeah, I guess you can get some gemstones here, like a roadside thing, and then they have this arcade, but they also have another arcade, which pinball arcade, which I'll show in a second. But I thought this was hilarious because they have like the oldest skee ball I've ever seen in my life. We did not play this, but geez.
They don't even have the 100-point like little ones up in the corner. That is
and I respect
that's legit.
I respect it. you gotta be a straight shooter here.
Yeah. I wouldn't do very good.
So they have the thing I love about, and this was my favorite thing, of course, at Canobie. You know me, dark ride person. They have the Mine of Lost Souls, which is, I believe, a custom. I'm going to verify this right now, but I believe it's a custom dark ride that they built.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Here, I'll look that up. You talk about it. I'll look it up.
I gotta do the same. No, wait, it's Sally. Sorry, it's Sally. It's Sally, but
okay.
there's also it inspired a book, I believe, Stephen King. This park, I guess this park in general, inspired Stephen King's Joyland novel. And yeah, so I think this ride plays into it, but it is a classic dark ride. But yeah, not custom like I thought. But it's got a story. It's got a backstory. 2 boys from Salem, Bobby and Billy, discovered gold by Canobie, and then they founded, that same summer, the Policy Mining Company was founded. So that's the whole company around this dark ride, and so they built up this whole area, not unlike like Knott's Berry Farm, which we talked about recently.
Right.
And the boys disappeared, and you basically get to explore the mine, thanks to Sally Dark Rides.
So it's not a shooting dark ride then? That was going to be my next question.
No, it's very slow moving. I did not take photos on the ride. It's not super dark, but they definitely have some POVs on there that you can catch on YouTube, but we don't have one. I did not record. I wanted to take it in.
Yeah.
I wanted to take it in. Yeah, Golden Company. That's interesting though. I couldn't find anything out about the Golden Company,
because that's different from the Policy Mining Company.
Yeah. That's one thing I noticed. I'm like, this isn't consistent with the backstory. I'm probably the only nerd that thinks that stuff. So around this area they have like themed stuff, including this Dancing Bear Canteen, and I'm like, Chris, we got to get a drink.
Yeah, you do.
And what better place than the Dancing Bear Canteen, where they have real good eats. I think at this point you should just take these photos off if they're gonna like fade and
right again. So like, I'm not gonna pick on this park, but like, how much would 4 pictures be every year?
That's a good
$20
point.
to
I'd
get
say
that
just if you
developed.
can't maintain it, I'd say just take it off. No one's looking at this.
Right. Like you could have just a nice sign that says "Real Good Eats" at Dancing Bear Canteen with
Yeah.
those 2 dancing bears as the big logo, and everybody's like, "Oh, okay, yeah, sure."
Yeah. Or just like, I don't know, just like a painting of corn and then some steak.
Yeah,
I don't
right.
know. Yeah. Anyway,
So
I'm the only person, the nerd, that's taking a photo of this and being
were there
like,
Real Good Eats at the Dancing Bear Canteen?
we did not eat here. They
Was
had
there Real Good Beer at the Dancing Bear Canteen?
no, it's funny. I think he's smiling because shortly before I took this photo, I was like, so where do you get the good beer? Because it's not here. They only have Coors Light and Bud Light, which I don't know why you have both, but I guess people are really picky about what
They're-
they. I think Massachusetts is primarily a Bud Light state, but
Okay.
anyway,
I have learned that Maryland is a Miller Lite state.
Oh,
yeah, which threw me for a loop when I moved out here.
Interesting. I see a Coors banquet. I would have had a banquet if they had I would have been like, this is a place to have a Coors banquet. I would not have a Coors Light or a Bud Light. So we moved on. But I did like the theming, and I liked this dude because he was jolly. This is questionable.
What is this?
This is called Kitty Canoes.
Okay.
I did not get in there.
Okay, I feel better that it's kitty canoes. I thought this was the log flume.
Nope, they have that too.
Okay.
I want to know what's in the cave, but I don't think there was anyone routing this.
Right. It sounds like we need to make a trip up to Canobie Lake Park there, babe.
And I don't know if I endorse the theming here. Just saying that.
Well, hold on. There is a traditional Native American teepee-ish. I don't see anything offensive, so I'll go with I appreciate that.
I'm not ruling it out. There's probably something in that cave.
Well, if we make our way up to New England, then
yeah. Anyway, log flume. Here it is. Policy Pond. So there you got the policy again. I feel like they should have
policy like calico.
Yeah,
similar.
I think so.
Like if we can think about it that way.
They need a better name than policy. It's like privacy policy pond. It's like I don't know. There's got to be something there. But log flume looked pretty simple. You go up and then down.
You don't know what's beyond those trees, though.
I looked, and it was not. It looked just like a single. Maybe there was 2 drops, but it did not look extensive, and I did not want to wait because it was hot. This was Memorial Day, so.
Yeah, that's right. You were there Memorial Day.
Yeah. So so everybody was in the water park section of this park of Canobie in general. So the log flume was like a stop toward the water park. So everybody was in line for this thing.
Yeah.
And I love a log flume. I don't know about you, but
I'm not a huge watery person, but log flumes I have to hit every time if it's not ridiculous.
We were in Disneyland recently too, and I made us do Splash Mountain at I want to say it was 10:30 or 11 at night, and there was no line. And
Splash Mountain. So good.
I was in front, and if you know anything about the Splash Mountain, especially at Disneyland, where it's a single rider per row, so you don't want the heaviest person in front.
I feel like Hillary set you up on that one.
She was like, they put me in front because I was not afraid of getting wet at night. I'm like, I'll do it. And I didn't say anything. And I thought about saying something. And I was like, but you're going to get wet too if you're in the second or third row. I'm going to get soaked. Yeah. But I'm going to weigh this log down.
Yep.
And that's what happened.
I mean, that's just basic log flume physics.
I don't know if it happens here. I guess it would probably do. It has to go down a little bit to stop the thing. But
yeah, I mean, even that picture right there, the mom is in back.
Oh yeah. Well, the kid. Yeah, you can't block the view of the kid.
Exactly.
Anyway, they have a sky wheel. I don't have anything to say about that.
It looks fun.
Yeah. Another fun. Is this from Tycoon too? I don't recall seeing this. But I love
No,
these
but
fun signs.
yeah, like you know that. Okay, so
Oh, there's one on the
are,
side too. I just noticed
I was
that.
gonna say I just saw that looks like an elephant ear
Yeah. This makes me
and
want some
not
fried dough.
and
I want
not
to eat the
a funnel
sign.
cake.
I want to eat the sign. I want to take
Yeah,
like that giant one of the D's
the
down.
O. I want the O.
Oh yeah.
That O
Oh,
looks
looks
good.
good. Yeah. Man. Or the U, you could break it in half.
Ah,
They have a lot of cars, a lot of car rides. There's like, I want to say there's like 3 different car rides, and I could verify this online, but
there's more than this one.
there's there's antique cars. This is like the modern cars. This is like, these are aero race cars, so very,
Yep.
pretty similar to what we know and love in Tomorrowland.
Mhm.
So Canobie 500 themed race cars.
Yeah.
I would have done it again, but pressed on
I'm
time.
following along on the map here, so I see the Canopy 500.
Yeah, antique cars. Maybe there's only 2, but I feel like there were cars everywhere.
Well, it looks like in
Yeah,
Kittyland there's some car-esque
yeah,
things too.
that's
But yeah,
probably what.
like so you've got your sports cars and your antique cars. So I mean it's not insane.
Yeah,
Most places only have one anymore. I know Hershey has 2. Cedar Point doesn't even have 2 anymore. They used to have 3 at one point.
mm. Another cool sign. I don't even know what this was. I feel like it's got to be it's probably a food stand with like
The
drinks.
Wipeout is a food stand.
Oh wait, no. It is a wipeout ride. Sorry, you probably know about this. Chance rides wipeout.
Let's see. Hold on. Let me go back to
It's
this.
a flat ride. A spinning, tilting. Oh, is it a like a Music Express type thing? It looks like it.
Thrill rides.
Yeah, Chance
Oh
rides.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yep,
it's like
it
an open
is.
air.
Oh yeah. So not quite Music Express. What is this?
Great sign. That's it.
Yes, and the ride has a starfish on top of it, so that's fun
Oh
too.
yeah.
That's fun.
I love so they do have a lot of classic theming. So you have that one section with the policy mining, but then I guess this is kind of like a throwback area. What's going on? Hey Trevor, thank you for the surf emoji. I don't have anything else surf related, so I'm sorry.
I was gonna say I am not a surfer.
I was moving on to talk about this very important clock. But 1902, I feel like this might be OG 1902. I don't know. Probably not.
It looks fancy. But like this park doesn't seem to have like a main street or like a dedicated like entrance hub area. So like
it's a small like
Okay.
there's no like main street though. It was
Yeah.
I guess before that trend, which I like.
Yeah.
Ace Mark, and you know what's coming because this is for the Yankee Cannonball. So I'll put this up for a second here, but this was my spoiler. This is my favorite coaster here because of reasons we'll get to. But this is this was built as like, and it was also rebuilt kind of and over the years, but this was part of the revitalization of Canobie. So there was there was a period of time, I want to say at the end of the era of trolley parks and the trolley in general, where it was the automobile came and then caused all these trolley parks to close essentially. So there was a period of time where all these trolley parks just were decimated because they weren't getting any business.
Well, that's why there's only 13 of them left, and I'm sure they were probably close to 100 if we really like dug in.
Yeah. So basically, what happened was the short story is that Canobie was vacant for a few years, and then it was there was I think there was like a few different families, and it's still owned by families today. It's not owned by like Six Flags or anything.
Right.
They came and bought the park, and they built this. They built the Yankee Cannonball, and it was not named Yankee Cannon. It was just named roller coaster initially.
Like because you had, if a park had more than one roller coaster, it was like whoa.
Yeah.
So you could just name it. Yeah, this is the roller coaster we have.
It's like in Back to the Future where you're like, you have more than one TV, you're lying. You can't have more than one coaster.
No,
So
not at all.
then it was known as the Greyhound
Mhm.
through
And
the
this is
70s.
in a completely different park too.
Oh,
This is in Lakewood Park.
oh yeah. Sorry, it was moved.
Yeah,
Yeah, sorry.
yeah.
Yeah. So, but it was brought over to Canobie when the new owners were
Mhm.
kind of rebuilding, revitalizing the park. So, yes, it was Lakewood initially as roller coaster. So let's move on to
So
talk about.
tell me about Yankee Cannonball that you rode on Memorial Day.
Very spacious seats, I will
Okay.
say. Also, I mean, it's classic out and back. I didn't get
Yeah.
much airtime at all.
Oh,
So
shame.
yeah, so definitely
Did you
not on
get
a.
did you get 1930s airtime?
I think so. I think so.
Okay.
I don't know if it's my weight. Like I'm not 1930s weight, so I'm a little heavier, a little taller. So I don't think this thing was built for me, but I fit really nicely in this coaster compared to other even like Phoenix. Like I was talking about Canobles. Like I know, like usually on wooden coasters, I'm bracing for my knees not to hit the front. On this one, I had plenty of space. It was like I paid for the extra leg room on Delta or something, you know.
Well, and it looks like the same trains. It's your
Yeah.
PTCs, your Philadelphia Toboggan Company. Like it looks like 3-seater or 3-bench
Yep.
cars. Um, Pro tip: always try to get not a wheel seat. Like I know the front of each car might have a little bit more leg room for those like Andrew, but if you can get that middle where that guy in the black tank top is sitting, that's going to give you the smoothest ride on these. Yeah,
I think
it is
I was toward the back. We got lucky and they let us. They were looking for a party of two, and that was me and my buddy.
There you go.
Retracked by Martin and Flemix around 2008, it looks like. So yeah, pretty smooth, and yeah, no complaints.
65 feet tall, like that's not as long as you don't go over 100 feet with wooden coasters. I think you're pretty good as long as it's maintained. It should stay just fine. It sounds like this is being preserved and kept up well, and I love hearing about that.
Yeah, so a classic Philadelphia Toboggan coasters. We should have mentioned that.
Yep.
Designer. So let me see here. Trevor, someone told me to get off the racer because my legs won't fit.
The racer at King's Dominion, you would have fit just fine.
I've definitely ridden the racer. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that sucks. If that happens to me. Also, another tip is you can kind of, well, I don't know if it really works, but you can, it works to like lower how tall your knees sit is just cross your legs.
Cross your legs.
That can kind of help. Helps me fit sometimes.
That's how I squeezed LeBron James onto disaster transport. Is he had to cross his legs because that bar was not getting over his knees. But we got it. We made it work.
I've had
my LeBron story.
I've had to kind of like weave my way. I don't know, like or I don't know, like kind of like. All right. So if you watch the vlog I did down in Myrtle Beach at Family Kingdom, there's one coaster there that I think it's like a Wild Mouse, and the team member there, the employee was like, the ride op was determined to get me to fit in this thing. And I had to like contort myself to get in. He was like convinced. I was like, there's no way I'm getting in this. I got into it once, but the last time I rode it, I was not like in there properly, even though they said as long as the lap bar comes down, but my legs were like over. Anyway, he manages to get me in, and I was like, oh, I guess I can fit in things I did not think I could.
No, I totally get you're going to fit on this because it's going to be fine. I understand that. You got the LeBron treatment.
I mean, there was no weight. There was no, so, he had nothing else to do, but try to get me to fit in this coaster. Anyway, not the problem here. Nice lift hill. Yeah. Oh, moving on. There's an Epcot in Canobie Lake Park because there's an international food festival. No.
But the windows aren't themed to each individual
No.
country. I need that popcorn bucket in each place with all the different foods.
Oh man.
What countries are taken care of here in the International Food Festival?
I don't know. We skipped over that. Going back to the legroom thing. Sounds like Space Mountain at Magic, no legroom, and I'm short. Oh yeah. So Space Mountain. I always forget where I sit. I think it's the last row in Florida. And now that I've been more recently to Disneyland, I'm all messed up in my head again.
Because I'll take that Disneyland Space Mountain over the Florida Space Mountain.
Yeah, 100%. I love the Disneyland space. I did not get to see hyperspace, so it was regular.
No, I haven't done that. I just got a whoop whoop from the living room on the Disneyland Space Mountain.
I got hyperspace in Paris though, so I've done hyperspace. Yeah. Anyway, moving back to the food festival. Yeah, so I didn't get to explore. We ate we were hungry, so we were on a mission to get food, but not from here. I feel like it's probably like chicken tenders, pizza. I don't think there's any countries represented here.
There could have been schnitzel, and there could have been pierogies.
Oh
and
yeah, like it's a pretzel from Germany. And
exactly.
Screamfest. I wanna go to Screamfest so much that I did this.
Is Screamfest all inside in that building?
I don't know. I definitely think this building has something to do with Scream. No, I don't. I think it's throughout the park. I think it's
okay.
A typical takeover. But
that's fun. I like that sign.
I like that it's here year round. This is opening day. It was opening weekend for Canobie, and they just have this out.
And they're getting you ready for October.
Yeah, I'm ready. So they have a shoot to shoot called the Boston Tea Party.
The Boston Tea Party.
So
are you the boxes and barrels of tea that are thrown into the
So I did actually do the Boston Tea Party. We could talk about that later. So we stayed at a hotel in Boston on this trip, and they actually do have a tea party museum, but you don't have to do the museum. That's like they have like some small ships too you can go on, but you like pay for that. You can bypass that, go straight and get a tea tasting. And you pay like $4 for this cup, and then you get to try all these like 5 different teas from the colonial era, and like just sip tea, where the Boston Tea Party happened. Anyway,
I don't like tea, but if you go back to that picture for a second, I love the architecture of that building behind that sign.
Oh yeah,
like this is so like New England. It reminds me of Philadelphia. I haven't made it up to New England yet, but like I'm getting very strong like 1700s, architecture vibes from this place. I love it.
Yeah. So this whole area is kind of like, think of like Liberty Square. It's pretty similar to that. I will say I would much prefer Liberty Square, but yeah, shoot to shoot. So you can see climbing the lift hill. It just goes up and down. And there's like a tube.
I was gonna say, is that like a tunnel-esque thing?
Yeah. So what you do as this thing's coming down, the kids will stand in front, right, and then they will run for their lives. And it's funny, like the water takes up like most of the walkway. So if you were just bypassing this thing, you could get drenched. Yeah, you would if you were not looking down and seeing where the water line is, like you might have.
I love things like that though. Yeah. Like you need to be paying attention. Get off your dang phones, kids.
Yeah.
Like look around.
Exactly.
Trevor.
So this is where we ate, the Sons of Liberty Tavern and
an inn.
Yeah, that's right.
Was the good beer? Okay, I see a Sam Adams logo.
This is where the good beer was, and we had I had a BLT. It was not much bacon.
Is that a cheesesteak up there?
Yeah, cheesesteak was probably the play here. Fries were fine.
Where's the cheese?
We yeah, that's a good question.
I
Hey,
don't
it's not
think
Philly.
please.
This is Boston. We don't
I don't
or
care.
this is Salem, New Hampshire. We don't got cheese.
Fries look good.
Fries were fine. We waited like 30 minutes for this thing. There, I like most parks around the world, you have staff shortages, and
Yeah.
I'm not going to complain. It's just how it
It's
is.
not worth it. No.
Yeah.
This
So
is adorable though.
this is it reminds me of the like Columbia Harbor House. What's the other one? The Liberty Tavern.
That
in
Liberty
the
Tavern.
Magic
Yep.
Kingdom? Yeah.
Yep.
Where's the bacon on the BLT? Exactly. I ate the BLT and I was like, where's the bacon? There was bacon in there. I did not. I should have lifted up the sandwich, but it was not as much bacon as I wanted.
Can you take your food and drink upstairs?
Oh, I didn't. I think that was roped off.
Okay.
We ate at the bar, so they have this indoor area and then they have the bar area outside. Yeah, so we ate there, and it was again fine. They had some craft beer, nothing crazy.
How were prices compared to other parks that you've been to?
I'd say that's a good question. I'd say not surprised. They didn't shock me, so I will say that. I want to say the beers were like 6 or 7. Like
okay, that's
maybe,
what that. See, that does shock me, but in like an okay way.
Yeah. So and then the sandwich was probably like 13. So
okay, that seems about 14. On point for
I wasn't shocked. I also like admission was pretty cheap. I want to say it was like $34 or something a person. Like I don't know what it is now, but they have pricing based off the day, so it varies. Right. So I took a picture of this dance hall and I honestly, I think it was this morning I realized that actually that this dance hall is more important than I thought. So
Twisted. Hold on. So Twisted Circus is for Scream Fest, I'm assuming. Yes.
I assume so, and they probably just didn't take that down.
Right.
But I saw all these stars outside, and I was like, "That's cute." Like they're doing the Hollywood thing. But I did not realize. I don't know why I didn't realize this, but Aerosmith actually played in that hall.
Well, aren't they from the Boston area?
Oh yeah, they're the bad boys of Boston.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
But so I'm looking on the Wikipedia right now, and it says Duke Ellington, Sonny and Cher, Frank Sinatra, and Ella Fitzgerald have played in the dance hall in Aerosmith. So there's some history here, and that's pretty cool. I did not know that. It's currently the Twisted Circus is doing a disservice to the dance hall.
Well, and I could imagine being on a lake. I'm sure this was a big summer getaway for people out of Boston. You go spend a week there. I mean, like that was the thing to do. So yeah, that's awesome. That's really cool.
Yeah, I'm looking at like, oh no, I'm going to get sucked into this article, and we're on a live stream.
No, move on.
We're going to move on. Portofino. Isn't there a Disney restaurant called Portofino?
Yeah. There's a couple words Universal. Before Portofino. Yeah.
Portofino.
There's also a Portofino Bay at Universal.
That's what I'm thinking about.
Yeah.
It's
like Casa El Fortino. It's something in the boardwalk.
Trattoria Al Forno. I actually love Trattoria.
That one
at the boardwalk. Portofino. I was specifically thinking about Universal. I was like, that's fine.
Universal for sure.
And I also like that they have air conditioning down below the pizza, pasta, beer, and wine. Classic Italian foods.
Classic Italian flag on the archway going into.
Oh yeah. We'll get back to Italian stuff. I got more pictures of Italian stuff, so stay tuned.
Nice.
So pinball.
Talk to me about this place.
This is awesome. Not all of the what do you call? I'm blanking on words here. Yeah, machines. There's a fancier
tables.
Term. Yeah, I guess tables is fine. Not everything was operational. They did have, of course, the Hercules game outside. Which was not operational either. But tons of pins for you to play. they do have this. They did have this this
Did
one
you
on
just say
display.
free to play?
Oh, not free. No, they're like
Oh, okay.
some of them are quarter up, some of them are $1, like pretty typical. They have Stranger Things, pinball, some more
Okay.
rare games as well, and they have this classic one, Bronco, see through, and you can kind of look around it. So I loved this. It was really, it was as you say in New England, it was wicked hot inside here. The air conditioning was not working, and you got to go to the Portofino to get air conditioning, I guess. So anyway, something to know if you're
that's a really cool thing to have, especially in a like traditional park like this. Like, that's awesome.
Yeah, I'm a big pinball fan, and if I lived in the area, I would assume this is like the largest collection of machines that you got in. Well, actually, I mean, if you lived in Salem, New Hampshire, for sure, but I think there are some classic arcades as well. But anyway, water bubblers. There's a couple of these. I love that they have the sign saying bubbler. I had to take a photo of this.
It says bubbler, but we're not from Boston, so.
Yeah, and even though you're filling your water bottle, it's still a bubbler. It's still a bubbler.
It's still a bubbler.
That's me and the bear. So this is all around the area of the other coaster, which we'll get to. So it's all like themed, like the great outdoors, I guess.
Themed to the woodlands.
Here we are, Untamed.
That's a great picture, by the way.
Thank you. I will use this on Trainless Tuesday. So,
yeah.
Someday. Here it is, Untamed. Classic bear on the front there with his mouth open.
It looks like, it's like a totem pole, but there's a bear at the top, which I don't know if I've ever seen that.
Yeah.
That's a great station. That's a great train design. This is a Gerstlauer coaster.
Yeah.
It's beyond vertical drop, probably like 91, 92 degrees. It didn't seem like too much.
No. It was
vertical lift. Tell me about
it. Yeah. I'm always thankful for my like croquis. So I'm not like blinded by the sun on these things. But yeah, I love the station as well. Themed like a cabin, I guess. With the antlers on the top. Not a long wait at all as well. On Memorial Day, I waited 20 minutes.
Okay.
Which is crazy for
a Gerstlauer, those things traditionally have wicked low capacity.
Wicked low.
To use the terms of the area. Because I mean they're 8-person trains, and hopefully you're filling all 8 seats. But no, to wait 20 minutes, that's nothing.
So usually on the vertical lift on these types of coasters, I am like I'm not huge on the lift, but I love it after because it's so smooth. I'm like I'm not scared or anything. I just like I just know the part after it's better.
Right. So, right. You take a little nap going up, and then you go. Yeah.
Yeah. You close your eyes if you don't have sunglasses, and you do your thing, and then it's usually a smooth ride. However, I don't think for whatever reason the restraint was not very friendly to me, specifically the lower portion of me. So I was not in pain, but fearful for the entire ride after. I don't know if I put the restraint down too far or if the team member did. I will
go back a picture. Let me get a better look at these restraints.
Oh my goodness. I don't know if I have a good, sorry, theme park. I don't know if I got a good shot of the restraint. Yeah. So
I could see where I'm looking at the kid on the right there.
Yeah. So it goes around your waist.
I could see where you might be concerned. Yeah.
Yeah. So a fair bit of warning if you're tall.
Again, something most of us don't have to worry about.
My buddy Chris had a good time on this. So, and again, I expected to have a good time. It is what it is. I'm sure anyone shorter than me will be fine.
It looks like a fun layout. If you look up like POVs and whatnot, it looks enjoyable. It's great for a small traditional park like this.
Yeah. So they didn't let me, or at least I emailed in advance and I was like, do you let like GoPros? What's your GoPro policy? And they were like, nah, we don't allow
man, let's make it
GoPros.
unsafe.
But everybody like brings their GoPro here, and I'm like, well, I just recorded the train ride because I didn't want to. I had my backpack, but I was like, you know what? Yeah. But every coaster every ride has bins, so you don't have to buy a locker here. Very nice. Just like Canobie's and other parks like that. So
we're rule followers here at Park Rovers.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm not going to record something if they tell me I can't.
Exactly.
I always look for the camera thing, and it's what it is. What it is. I guess if you have like the sunglasses that can record, that's a different story. But
I really wish Google Glass would have taken off.
Yeah, those sunglasses don't do a good job though. They're okay.
Yeah.
Behind the coaster, there's like some stuff. I don't know. I assume this is all for was it Screamfest or something?
Screamfest.
Yeah,
that looks like a dispensary is popping up there.
Yeah, I assume this is a bandstand, but I don't know. I don't know what these chairs are. There's a lot of things.
They were getting ready for June. They were getting ready for Pride.
Oh, there's a boat ride here. We did not get to do the lake cruise.
You can go out on the actual lake though?
Oh yeah, this is awesome. So apparently this is like the best ride there. And I'm like, we tried twice and it was like leaving or had just left, and I'm like, whatever. But they have like the casino, which is not an actual casino. It was probably the most disappointing casino you'll ever see. And that, if you've been to Vegas, this is well below.
Is it just general arcade?
Yeah, it's just it's lesser than the pinball arcade. It's a different arcade. This is like a win a prize arcade, and not the pinball arcade. But yeah, the lake cruise. So I highly recommend going out on the lake, even though I did not. I went around the lake on the train, which is also cool, and you can watch that on our YouTube as the previous video to this. So yeah, they have a little.
You can see the train crossing right there.
Oh yeah, yeah. Here's something you don't see every day. This is a Wizard of Oz themed, and the manufacturer I think is Zamperla.
Yeah.
I got an aerial shot of this in a second.
But okay.
Yeah, we'll get back to it. You have another chance to say. Actually, it does say Canobie Lake Park in the balloon there. So.
It does.
Yeah. I did not really know about Venetian carousels until I was researching like New England like FECs, and then they had this one. But Venetian carousels, if you don't know, they're double deckers. So there's actually there's horses up there.
Smallest double decker carousel I've ever seen.
Yeah. So Venetians they did not just invent the blinds. They also invented these double decker carousels. So
Venice is just spreading its love all over the world with blinds and carousels.
Yeah.
And canals. Okay, this is amazing.
Yeah, Pizzeria.
I don't know what I like better. I don't know if I like the burger that appears to have a chef's hat on it or the actual Italian. I'm going to call him a plumber. I know he's a chef, but I'm going to call him a plumber.
It's a me.
Like just chowing down on that whole pie.
Who does that? What kind of animal does not? He's a chef too. He can slice that pizza, and he's just
you got 17 knives in your kitchen.
He's eating it like it's a hoagie. I don't know.
Now, did you get the pizza?
No, hell no.
All right, we definitely need to go to Canobie Lake Park. Canobie Lake Park. Canobie.
There you go. There you go. So we got on the sky ride.
Yeah, I need to see what's in the Kitty Canoe Cave. And
yeah, this is not a very long sky ride, but it's good views. There it is. The Zamperla over the rainbow flat ride or lift.
I will say I enjoy rides like these, even though they are of the kiddie variety, because you can spin those baskets like a teacup.
Oh yeah, that was cool. I thought I saw that. Yeah, I was
Yes,
like, that is
I've been
awesome.
on a couple of these. They're everywhere, and when you have little kids, you hop in the balloons, and depending on the kid, you either get to spin really fast or you don't spin as fast.
Here's something I just realized.
Mhm.
I had not been on a Wizard of Oz themed or seen a Wizard of Oz themed attraction since the Great Movie Ride until I saw this.
Fair,
Yeah.
yeah. I have not either.
I need to make it to Land of Oz in North Carolina. I will. They don't have attractions. It's like a walkthrough thing. But
It just like that seems like a very like what's that public domain
yeah.
license,
You would think, I mean, there's a lot of Land of Oz's, I think.
Mhm.
There's at least one, and there's probably multiple in Kansas. I know Justin Scard stopped by one, a random one,
Yeah.
on random land. And Land of Oz is maybe I want to say it's the most famous, but I'm also here in North Carolina. So I want to say that's like the biggest one because we were trying to build it up as a Disneyland thing.
Yeah. How'd that go?
I don't know. Not very well. It's seasonal. I think they open for some weekends. I actually acquired the vinyl from the 70s.
There you go.
Yeah, so I don't know. We could can nerd out about that. But yeah, I feel like they should take advantage of Wizard of Oz. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how much, if there's no licensing fees, then.
It's got to be public domain at this point, I would assume.
Well, that's not the accurate like screen used Tin Man. You could make any Tin Man.
Exactly.
So, yeah, do something.
Interesting.
So not a very long sky ride at all. They have this fountain thing. I felt like they should do something with it, but
the supports are painted to look like a birch tree. I appreciate that.
oh yeah, that's true. That's true too.
Like, okay, cool. You're putting it like you can tell they're putting in the effort in this park to make it look nice.
Yeah,
Like absolutely everything, at least from your photos, looks nice and taken care of.
It's clean,
except for those pictures outside the Bear Canteen.
Yeah, that's true. It's clean. Here's something funny for the. So these are the antique cars. Probably Aero. I'm guessing. Nothing too fancy. I love riding them if I have time. But it's like pitching is Dennis Eckersley, who I want to say. So he's currently an on-air announcer for the Red Sox. So it's not wild, but I think he pitched for the Red Sox in the 70s. Yeah, 78
I associate Dennis Eckersley with the Oakland Athletics.
Yeah.
Much more than the Red Sox. Okay.
Yeah, and that's fair because that's where he, I think that's where he is in the Hall of Fame with. But but he was a starting pitcher for the Red Sox from 78 to 84, and he's memorialized here on the side of this building. On the other side is like one of those guess the speed things where you can throw a ball.
Can we talk about how he gave up 18 hits, but the Red Sox are winning 20-4 over the Yankees?
I can't explain it. He's still pitching and he has 18. I didn't even see that, to be honest. 2 errors. The 18.
That's obviously
the
where the
number
4
of
runs
hits
came from.
is ridiculous.
18 hits.
I just
boy, you guys love your Fenway, don't you?
Nobody pointed that out to me, and I feel like that's crazy. I'm glad you saw that because I'm pulling up like the game day for today's game, and it was the Red Sox had 4 hits.
I was gonna
say 2 runs though. So if you multiply that,
the Tigers got shut out. I think they got 2, maybe 3 hits.
Yeah,
like
that's hilarious.
18 hits and only got 4 runs. What are you doing, Yankees?
Trevor has a fun fact for us. My buddy Eric, that's my brother's name, threw up on the teacups because we spun it too fast. The Magic Kingdom or the Disneyland? Important
or
facts here.
Any random teacups.
I didn't know that was. I mean, I don't think I've ever thrown up on something.
I
I did not today at this park.
I have not thrown up on anything.
Hmm.
I had a friend who had an iron stomach who threw up after Raptor at Cedar Point for. He blames the thing that he drank beforehand, and
Yeah.
I don't buy it.
Fair. How many cars do they have? Like antique cars? I don't know. 20?
They have 2-car rides, it looks like.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good question. I have no idea. They have multiple car rides.
Yeah.
It's because he ate a ton of Skittles.
See, exactly. You put too much sugar in your body.
Keyword all he ate. He's not blaming the Skittles. It's just if you gotta.
There was nothing else.
Yeah. Yeah.
You gotta have something to absorb that, Trevor.
Yeah, you gotta have diversity in your diet. You can't just eat Skittles.
Mm-hmm.
Amateurs. I had to take a picture of this. There is an Instagram called what is it called? It's like
trash cans of Disney magical trash.
Yeah, it's something like that.
Yeah, anyway. No, because I saw you tag them in this.
Yeah,
and I loved it.
Yeah, because I mean the theming on this trash can is impeccable. Right. Also, doing a great job keeping the park clean.
You can't put your food on top of the trash can.
Yeah, well, the international food market's like contained, so you don't have to leave that.
You mean they have adequate tables to accommodate?
Oh man, I forgot the name of these things.
Did you hop in the rotor?
Oh, I did not. Oh, the rotor. Yeah, that's it. I did not. There was no way.
I haven't been on one of these in years. I would love to try it again.
I did not know this existed. I saw the carpetbagger went to this park, and I believe he took a video from above. Yeah, I was shocked. I don't know the manufacturer SDC, but
I mean, like these, I haven't seen a new one of these in probably my lifetime.
This is 1979.
Yeah, definitely not my lifetime.
Yeah.
That's probably got to be one of the newer ones, though, I would think.
I don't know. Is there like a Wikipedia for rotor rides?
Is there
actually
rotor?
Yeah, there is a wiki. There is a wiki for rotor.
Of course, there is.
The ride.
I like the Cosmotrons where where you lay back and it does this, and then they like slide up, and you're like, I'm gonna die, but I'm not gonna die, and everything's okay. And that's the upgraded version of the rotor.
And now I'm reading about all these. I don't know how many rotors. Oh, I'm reading the past appearances. I was looking at Worlds of Fun. They called it the Finnish Fling, 73 to 2017.
I'm pretty sure there's still a rotor at Six Flags America in outside of DC. If not, it's a very similar ride to a rotor.
That might be true. I don't see several rotors have been constructed in the U.S. since the 60s. Most have been demolished. There are still rotors in operation at some places such as Canobie Lake Park, Sylvan Beach Amusement Park in Sylvan Beach, New York, and at the Washington State Fair. So there's 3, and then there's some in Australia. I don't know I can't verify Six Flags.
I'm looking right now.
Yeah, we gotta get that verified before we end the stream.
I was gonna say I'm working on it.
We're almost at the end, so we'll get back to
I'm working on it.
Canobie, this is Bruno the Bear. I was thinking about
is that their wonderful friend there?
My friend Bruno.
My friend Bruno, yes.
Yes. I did not say hi to him. I took this. There's a few different mascots at Canobie, which I love. This is the main guy, Bruno the Bear. I did ride the dragon.
Okay.
I just took that one photo. It's a powered coaster, so doesn't count as a credit because it's not a coaster.
It never coasts.
Never coasts. So I wrote it though because it's in my app, and I was like, I'm gonna get it, but it's not. Doesn't count toward my strict count.
Which is at 170 now?
No, 181.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm getting there.
Good Lord.
Yogi Bear. Yeah. I'd love to see Yogi Bear in it. And that's another IP they need to do more with, but I guess the Park Service owns him, right?
Yeah, right.
Or maybe. Maybe not. It's probably open. I don't know.
Maybe. Okay, so the one at Six Flags America is called a roundup, not a rotor, but it does literally the same thing. So that is Herbert's and Company.
Not Monsanto. Not Monsanto Roundup.
Nope.
Okay. Interesting.
Nope.
So there's like
now we know.
a pseudo rotor.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. They have the train. This is classic train ride. Canobie Station is where you board and where you get off.
One station.
One station, and so you just kind of go around. You see the track in the back. So this is the POV I posted from like toward the end of the train.
Mm-hmm.
Good ride. No narration really. Yeah. So, it's a good way to relax. I probably would have traded the boat ride for this, but I love a classic train ride. So if you want to kick back, relax, you can watch our POV of this train. And
it's a flaming burger.
We're at the end. As on my way out of the park, I see this flaming burger. It's rotating, by the way,
of course it is.
Which is if I come back here, I'm gonna vlog it because I don't know if I will, but there's so much moving. There's like things moving, which is really cool.
Isn't that something that Walt Disney wanted? Like he wanted like dynamic movement in all of his all areas of the park.
Yeah, kinetics and also the layered. And you have this at parks like Canobie's and Hershey, and obviously, Disneyland and all of his parks or all of his the Disney parks, but you have this layered effect of things moving around, and so this just adds to it. The context of the burger, it is a giant ass. Sorry, giant. I guess we could say ass.
Trevor's one of my students for 3 more days. You can't say ass in front of him.
It is. Come on. It was a giant burger at a burger stand, and it was amazing. That's the context of the burger. I was on my way out and I looked up and I'm like, there is a burger like flying around, and there's
there's so many like devil horns in those flames too. Like, this is just amazing.
So that is it. This is my final photo as I took it from the back as I was leaving. And I have to say, it is a fantastic park. There's no fast pass here, and I kind of respect that.
I don't hate that.
No, I don't hate that either. So one price to get in. If you're gonna go, I would say definitely follow them because they'll do like random deals, just like Fun Spot did recently, where they just did like a $30 ticket deal, and you can use the ticket any day till like
it was $24 for
$24. They did the same thing for Canobie in the off season. So you can get really cheap tickets. And then of course they have, season passes if you're local, but definitely a great stop if you're headed to Boston and you're trying to pick up some credits, they only have 2. You can, if you count the Dragon, you're not doing it right. So most of the credits
it is on RCDB, I gotta say.
Yeah, most of the credits because it's a coaster, but it doesn't coast. But most of the credits in the area are at Six Flags, New England. So just 2 here, and then there's another FEC nearby that I did not go to because the coaster was not operating, and I called them. they're like, the coaster is still not functional. And I'm like, okay.
Was that part of their phone message?
No, it should have been. It should have been. But I always
For all
call
you
ahead.
coaster
I always
nerds out
call
there.
if they have a number, I'm going to call because these small like kiddie coasters go down all the time. So if I can reach someone and save myself a 30-minute drive, I will do that.
For a SBF Visa that we've been on, I think I've been on 3 or 4 at this point.
Oh man, yeah. SBF Visas, dragon coasters, wacky worms, of course. And then more recently, there's like the smaller kiddie form coaster. There's another one that I always.
It's is it Zamperla's?
No,
it's the Coco Cruiser. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, there's one in like Eastern North Carolina that I have to do. So and that's probably that might be actually no, it's not gonna be 182, but it's gonna be before 200.
So you're approaching 200 now. Are you lining anything specific up? You haven't been to Cedar Point yet.
That's right. I'm not lining anything specific up. That's a good question.
Okay.
I should probably.
I mean, for almost 2 years, I had every intention of making Iron Gwazi my 200th.
Mm-hmm.
And then the pandemic happened, and then the world happened, and I haven't made it to Busch yet. Mm-hmm. So Boomerang in Ocean City was my 200th.
You know what? We'll just say Tron for now. Tron, it will be
there you go.
My 200th. Actually, but if that'll put me at next year though. Probably.
Well, if you make it to Cedar Point early next year and then Tron opens in summer of next year, then there you go.
I want to hit 200 this year, so Tron can't be it.
There you go.
Oh well. I'll think on that. We'll see. I was trying to line up 100 to be Pantheon, and then I still haven't been on that because I'm too tall. So
yeah, and then I was like, well, 200 could be Pantheon, and that didn't open until this year. I still haven't been on it yet. So maybe in a week and a half.
A week and a half. Are you gonna bring a camera for that, or?
I mean, if we go to Busch, I will at least record that. So
nice. Yeah, I'm probably going to do Carowinds the week. I have Carowinds the week after, so not this weekend, next weekend. We'll see if that happens, because Grand Carnival is happening again at the Cedar Fair Parks. And then after that, I have booked the Holiday Inn Express in Williamsburg for Saturday. It's probably not going to happen. That
was the Beer Fest one, right?
Saturday, July 9th for Ashanti.
Oh, that's right. No, I thought we were doing beer. Aren't we doing Beer Fest?
Yeah, I'm going to go to Beer Fest this year.
Yeah, I feel like we need to do Beer Fest.
Yeah. Since we missed Food and Wine, I got to do Beer Fest. So
you cool with that?
As long as you take children.
I will take children.
Cool.
Okay.
So that'll put us in August, I think.
Yep.
August
before school starts. That's wonderful.
13th is when I have I booked the Holiday Inn that night too. So
all right, sounds good.
Tron opens 2058.
Approximately, maybe.
Yeah, Tron might be my like 500th. I hope I get 500 by 2058.
How does it take 7 years to build a clone? But I'm more
upset.
New.
I know we're off Canobie now.
Yeah,
which is fine. We're in the extra innings.
Put a guy on second.
So I like to be positive, right? But I am not upset about Tron. I am upset about the train.
Fair.
There is no way Walt Disney would have let the train at a Magic Kingdom go down for more than 6 months. And there's precedent on that. Like I think there was construction at Disneyland and it extended it. It was only supposed to be down for like 3 months, and it like extended it out a month, and he was like livid. He built the park around a train. The train inspired everything. You can't close the train for what is it? 4 years, 3 years at least.
And the thing that amazes me is like they have tunnels and like roofing to for the construction vehicles. You couldn't have done that for 200 feet of track. Come on.
I think the train's going to open hopefully before Tron, or hopefully soon because they were testing it. But
Yeah.
well, I don't know. We'll see when Tron opens. I think it's going to be early next year, which would put it at the end of it would be like the last thing of the 50th.
Right. I know they want it for the 50th. But you know, we're on year 3 of Cedar Point's 150th, so who knows?
So at this point, when you're shooting for, it doesn't make sense to open it around Christmas time, unless you're trying to attract crowds in like November or early December, I guess. But I think there's
no slow time anymore.
Yeah, well, I also think now that COVID restrictions are lifted international, you're going to have floodgates. All those people are going to be coming over that have been putting trips off for years, and there are a ton of people I know. So you have all these people that have been watching from afar of like all the theme park vlogs, all the Tim Tracker, super enthused, and paging Mr. Morrow. Yeah, they're watching those with great envy and trying to get over here, and so now they finally can theoretically.
Right.
And soon we'll be able to get to Japan, I guess. I'm not sure if I can. We'll see. We'll see when I can go. But anyway, my point is, I don't think they have a reason to open it until like January.
Well, it's the SeaWorld Busch Gardens dilemma. Like they could have opened every single one of those coasters last year.
Yeah.
And they knew there wasn't a compelling reason to do so. So as a fan, I hated it. Understanding how the business model works, that makes sense.
Yeah. So I think my guess is they open Tron like right after the holidays. They start all the previews before that
to get those holiday folk.
Yeah, and then you have Festival of the Arts to kind of distract from Magic Kingdom a little bit. So you have the pull from there while Tron opens, and I think that's the play.
At Epcot, you've got the 2 newest rides. You have Ratatouille and Guardians.
Yeah. So Yeah, and you throw another festival that opens up. That's one of our favorites that we chatted about it. So I think that's the play. I'm sure they're thinking about that. Well, I don't know. We'll see what happens, but that's what I would do if I was in charge. That's my armchair Imagineering for them. That's free. That's free Disney.
Train's got to be open by Halloween time, though, right?
Sorry.
The train has to be open by September latest.
Oh. Yeah.
When's the
I didn't think I just don't even know. At this point, I actually, that's the first thing I did at Disneyland was ride the train, because I was like, I need to get on a train at a Disney park.
That train is magical. Like, I didn't realize the difference between the Disneyland train and the Magic Kingdom train until I rode the Disneyland train. I was like, oh.
Yeah, I don't want to spoil it for anyone, but you got to get on the Disneyland train.
That's Oh.
No Toontown stop right now, of course, because you got Toontown being under construction over there. But yeah. Cool. Well, I think we did it tonight. So I don't know when their next live stream it won't be next weekend because I'll be at Disney World. But you could potentially do one. But so we're looking at probably
2-3 weeks from now,
at least in a couple weeks or 3 weeks. So so I hope everyone that watched live and is watching on the replay enjoyed this look at Canobie Lake Park and us rambling about other stuff. So thanks for tuning in, and we will see you next time.
Have a good one, guys.
All right. Bye.